Okay, so Billy and I are back now. We've had our appetizer, and we're going to work on our entree, which is going to be the chicken enchiladas. And the reason we've chosen this is because this is Nicole, which is Billy's wife's go-to recipe.
Yeah, this is the one that if she asks me if I want something to eat, kind of if we're going to have people over, and this is normally what I'm going to ask for.
Okay, so Billy is going to be chopping some chicken breast. Now you could easily go and get a rotisserie chicken and just shred it, hand shred it, which of course is much quicker and easier if you're having company and you want to do this really quick. But I just basically roasted off some chicken breast yesterday with the same spices. This is sewn in adobo that I put onto the shrimp. So Billy is going to be working on that. And I'm going to be working on the green sauce that I'm actually going to make into some sour cream that we're going to mix with the chicken when we put into our flour tortillas.
Nice.
Okay? So what you would do to prepare your green sauce is you would roast. Now this is a tomatillo, and you can see it has like a little husk. Look how cute that is. And Billy's familiar with these, so he knows what this is. So you peel them off, and then you rinse off like a little waxy outer covering, and then it ends up looking like this. I prefer to use a habanero chili. This is a habanero chili, and a serrano chili or poblano chili. And then you also roast some garlic and some onion. And then you roast them for about 30 minutes at a 350-degree temperature.
Perfect.
Tossed around with a little olive oil and salt and pepper, okay? And we're going to puree that with some cilantro and some honey. But Billy and I actually want to talk about how we initially met. A couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go down to the Baltimore Ravens training facility and interview Tennille Moore and Nick Goff. And Nick is the head chef for the Baltimore Ravens facility, and Tennille is responsible for the food services. And what I didn't know even going into it was that they even have a training table at the professional level.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique situation here in Baltimore. There's only a few other teams that have it. And the only reason I know that is because I've been to so many different teams.
So therefore he has experience.
Yeah, because if you look at like when I was in Dallas, they outsourced it. They bring in, it was different places, different restaurants were bringing food at different times. And a lot of it was more of what guys wanted to eat, not what they should eat.
Right.
And at least in Baltimore, what they do is they rather bring those two together. So they serve food that people would want to eat, but also has a lot of nutritional value.
Right.
It's not, we would have on Fridays, and when I was in Dallas, some soul food they bring in, and there wasn't a single thing that wasn't fried. And
I'm not a fan of frying.
But it was one of those things that it's like if you're trying to watch what you eat,
exactly.
You can fry some food and have it still be reasonably healthy, but when you're having fried cat food, or fried catfish, which tastes like cat food, I guess. Then you had like some like mac and cheese that was done up. I mean, just it was one of those things that it's really over the top.
Right.
And at least in Baltimore, they're able to strike that balance.
Yeah, I mean, I felt Tennille and Nick really make a conscious effort to focus on dietary restrictions, being cognizant of what just what's necessary for a professional athlete. That's what I got out of the whole interview.
It was, and they do a great job because you can go in there and tell them what you can't eat. So there's a lot of guys that are getting blood tests done for food sensitivities. So you can go in there and tell them what your sensitivities are, and they're able to cater food for you, which is really important, especially if you're trying to take your game to another levels. Because as guys go through the league, they start to realize the more they take care of their body, the more their body takes care of them.
Exactly. Well, they were awesome. I mean, I thought they were really awesome people, and the whole facility is beautiful. Billy is very lucky to be working with the Baltimore Ravens. The facility was beautiful. So
it's true. It's one of the best in the league.
Yeah, we had a great day. So, all right, Billy's going to keep chopping. I'm going to show you. So this is what we would do. Again, we would roast these in the oven at 350 degrees. And this is actually what the final, now it kind of looks a little crazy on the tray, but this is what your roasted vegetables end up looking like. Okay, and we're going to actually puree these with some cilantro and some honey, and then we're going to fold it into the sour cream. So to avoid the noise, we're going to puree these. We're going to come right back and show you how we're actually going to put together the tortillas, and then you would side with some black beans and some white rice, which is very traditional Southwest. Am I correct?
Very traditional.
I'm hitting the nail on the head today. So we'll be right back with Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros. I'm here with Pro Bowler Billy Cundiff. So come right back. Okay, so we're back to assemble our chicken enchiladas. Billy has done an outstanding job chopping the chicken, and I've pureed our green sauce for the chicken enchiladas. Tell them how nice it smells.
It smells good.
It's outstanding. So I'm going to actually blend the green sauce with some sour cream, and then Billy is going to fold the chicken into that, and then he will start assembling our chicken enchiladas. All right, now that you've been here in Baltimore, you've had the opportunity, number one, to go to the Pro Bowl as the kicker, and he has also had that really, I think, exciting opportunity to do the Taste of the NFL. Can you explain what the Taste of the NFL is?
Yeah, the Taste of the NFL is a unique event that it pairs up a chef from the talent you're playing in. So there's 32 teams, means 32 chefs and 32 players. So it's past players and current players
Okay.
are teamed up. So it just depends on what the situation is that year, because once you get involved with the event, then you're going to do it as long as you want. So sometimes there'll be a current player because somebody that was a former player decided to pass on the event, so then they team up a new guy.
Okay.
And it's a great environment because they also will take, depending on the location, they'll take a local chef.
Okay.
So we're in Texas. They took from North Texas, the Dallas area. They took a bunch of the really high-end, or I guess you would say highly rated chefs, to prepare dishes that were unique to the area. So we're looking at a convention center that's filled with, I don't know how many people, but I think it was over 1,000, and it was a really, really big event, and it was amazing. The food was as diversified as the places in which where it came from.
But the beauty of it is what the cause is for hunger in America.
That's exactly right. So they're raising money for food banks, local and nationally, and then they're just what they're also doing is getting people to be a little more aware. And I think that's a really important thing, because most of these people have the means to pay for this event, and so they're able to kind of tug on the heartstrings a little bit and get people to take a moment out of their life and really think about something much bigger.
Right, because you're in a position where you're fortunate, and it really is important to give back.
It really is.
Right. That's yeah. All right, so Billy is now going to fold the chicken into the sour cream mixture, and then he's going to also begin to assemble. And there's one other thing that Billy and I wanted to touch base on. When we were at the Ravens training facility, I did have the opportunity to meet his wife, Nicole, and when we were having our conversation kind of off film, she was explaining to me that you guys really went through a difficult time with her mother, and she suffered from ovarian cancer.
Right, and so she's technically, I guess she still has it today, because you're looking at her maintaining what they consider maintenance chemo right now. So it's not like we're out of the woods.
Yeah.
It's a pretty difficult situation with ovarian cancer. A lot of the women that she's actually gotten to know that have ovarian cancer or had ovarian cancer have passed away. So it's been a really difficult situation. You start to see that they need more money for research. They can help for the women that are actually going through their chemo right now, better drugs to help hopefully cure the disease. And they need more early detection. They really need it, because there's a lot of women that don't understand the symptoms, and that was one of the problems with Nicole's mom. She was really bloated. She felt like she just didn't feel right, but it's kind of one of those things that maybe she didn't eat. Maybe she ate something that didn't sit well with her. Right. And then as she started to go through these symptoms with a family friend who was a doctor, he said, we need to get you in right away. Okay. And come to find out that on both of her ovaries, a tumor had grown, and they'd grown together, so it was about the size of a Nerf football.
Oh my goodness.
So it was really intense at first. The doctor, the diagnosis they were giving us didn't really look that good. So they had to go in, remove the tumor first, and they were able to get it down to microscopic level, and then from there, then they did a bunch of chemo. And the first 2 years were really, really hard, because at the time when she was diagnosed, I had just got released from the Falcons. Nicole was 6 months pregnant. She had just taken the bar. So there was a lot of life going on.
Right.
And then this helped us to stop and put it all in the right perspective.
Exactly. Okay, wow. All right. Well, Billy and I are going to discuss that a little bit more. We're going to touch base. I've already prepared our baking dish. The baking dish, I just put some regular salsa on the bottom. And typically, I think, in the Southwest, they have what they call the Christmas sauces, where they have the red sauce and the green sauce. And kind of that's what we're doing today. I did not prepare my own red sauce, but I did prepare the green sauce. So Billy and I are going to roll the tortillas into the enchiladas. So you place the chicken in the center, and then you roll it like a cigar, and you place it seam down into your baking dish. And then we're going to cover it with a ton of cheese, because a ton of cheese is very important for any enchilada. Am I correct?
Excessive amounts of cheese always is a hallmark of Mexican food.
So basically, I'm letting Billy do all the hard work in preparing the chicken enchiladas, but he has clearly gotten his rhythm going. Don't you agree?
I appreciate that, yeah. I'm in a groove.
He's a skilled enchilada roller, definitely. But Billy and I want to discuss a little bit more, though. His mother-in-law, dealing with ovarian cancer, of course, is in remission at this juncture, and he and Nicole have discussed or thought about trying to start some type of a fundraising effort in the Baltimore area to bring awareness.
Yeah, we would like to. We've been involved in numerous other activities here in Baltimore, and we want to make something that's truly unique to our situation. Yeah. So using the platform that we have with the Ravens, hoping that we can start something, and we'd like it to be catered around food, because it seems like it not only is it something we enjoy, but I think it brings people together, and it also gives Baltimore its unique identity.
Exactly. No, I agree. I mean, definitely a lot of times the events that I've been to that are for a cause and it revolves around food, you're definitely going to draw a larger crowd. That's what I've personally experienced. And now that we know that Billy is a great cook, he's probably going to be one of the lead cooks for the.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm more of a I more go up the recipe. So I try to stick to the recipe.
Okay, that's
I'm like a good husband, right? I stick to the directions.
Exactly. Stick to the directions, the path that's been given.
That's exactly right. Don't vary.
No, do not deviate. Okay. So Billy's going to roll this up. The main thing, again, on the enchiladas, outside of the great green sauce that we've made and the chicken and all that fun stuff, a lot of cheese is extremely, extremely important. So this is essentially, all I have is just a store-bought taco, nacho, shredded mixed cheese. Again, if you'd like to get your own separate cheeses and shred them, knock yourself out. I'm all about more of the simple process for something like this, and we're just going to throw a bunch of the cheese on top. And you would actually put this in an oven at 350 for about 30 minutes until the cheese is nice and gooey on top. And then we're going to actually also add, once they're completed, a chipotle sour cream for just one more layer of heat on top of our enchiladas. So nice and spread them out. And we will also add a little more salsa once they're completed as well. So this is what your enchiladas are going to look like before you put them into the oven, and they'll be nice and gooey when they're done. So are you excited?
Looks good.
Looks great. So Billy and I will be right back on Jen Healy's Cooking with the Pros. So I'm pretty sure that many of you know the traditional sides for any Southwest dish are black beans and white rice. So I'm just going to whip this together really quickly for you to decide with our enchiladas. You're just going to do regular white rice, and you're going to add a little olive oil, a little butter, and a little salt, a little pepper. It's just 2 parts to 1 part. 2 parts water, 1 part rice. That's that simple. You bring it to a boil, you turn it down to medium low, and you cover it and simmer for about 20 minutes. Very simple. So I've started my rice already. It's boiled, and I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to let it simmer under lid. The key for the black beans, you're going to saute together some chopped up white onion, some green pepper, and some garlic. And you're going to let them saute for about 20 minutes. Let them saute for about 10 minutes till they're tender, till they're soft. And then you're going to drain off. Now, if you choose to let your beans rest overnight in some water, soak overnight, that's certainly up to you. But it's just as simple to get 2 cans of black beans and throw them in with a little bit of water, a little bit of actually apple cider vinegar, and some oregano. If you want to throw some sugar in, because that's kind of also a common thing, you can. I choose not to, but I definitely am down with the apple cider vinegar. So I have my beans drained off. I'm going to toss them into my pot. And then I'm going to add my apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to add a little bit of oregano. And then you're going to add about a half cup of water to 2 cups of beans. Now, as your beans are simmering, and if you see that they start to stick a little bit, of course you just want to add a little more water because you certainly don't want them to stick to the bottom, but you want them to get to an almost kind of mushy consistency, almost to the point where if you had a little masher, you could mash them into like a refried bean basically. So you let these simmer for about 20 minutes, and then you top them with the rice and your enchiladas. So we'll be right back. I'm going to show you a tequila sunrise, the ultimate drink for the enchilada Southwest dish. So come right back, Jen Healy's Cooking with the Pros. Okay, so Billy and I are back, and we are now, well, he's about to sample our hard work for the day.
I'm excited.
He is excited. So he did the rolling on the enchiladas, and I prepared our sides, some rice and some black beans. And now he's going to let me know if my enchiladas really mimic and replicate his Southwest roots. That's a yes.
That's really good.
Thank you. I'm assuming that it does. So
I'll just keep going if you let me.
You keep going, but I'm really happy that you came today. You're awesome. You've been a great guest.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on.
I'm so happy you could come. So send Nicole our love from Cooking with the Pros.
I most definitely will.
Hopefully we'll see her soon in the near future, and take care, and I will be with you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Keep eating.
Oh, I will.
All right. Take care. See you soon.